Robist Talks. Robist Talks.
Hello everyone! Today we're going to talk about a matter that bothers me a lot. In our country, we don't evaluate people, rather, we judge them and we treat properties more valuable than persons. But we have ever thought what good properties will do without a skillful and united nation? If you want to develop a self-dependent nation, first you have to pay attention on these three kind of people. First, teachers, doctors, and one of the most important professionals, the engineers. We can't make a proper order for these three kind of people because every one of them is equally important for building a nation. But today I'm going only with the engineers. What comes to our mind when we hear about this profession? Most of the people are going to think about a fancy guy working smartly. Most of the time they consult and direct other people and they don't put hard labor at all. But there is an opposite side of this reality, guys. Engineers are the guys who set every building blocks to develop civilization. Actually, they are like compilers for whole nation. They find problem, think them logically, and find the solution for the problems and solve it. And this is how they works and make efficient and safe system for our society and also maintains them. But in Bangladesh, in general, are not acquainted with the real image of an engineer mentioned in the previous line because our education system can't make proper balance between theoretical and practical knowledge and hardly supports a student's particular interest and enthusiasm. But still for engineers can't be denied. If you are not agreed with me, experiment with it. Just remove all the engineers for one single day. In the next day, you will find society and government collapsing because we are too much dependent on technology that make our life easier. Then I'm sure you will have no doubt further in this point. In every year, thousands of engineers are graduating from both public and private universities, and there are approximately 31 public universities and 92 private universities approved by University Grant Commission. And in every university, they have 3 to 6 engineering faculties in general. If you consider at least 20 students are enrolled in every department, then we have got 12,000 students annually graduating from every engineering field, and the total number for graduated engineers is really amazing. It doesn't seem to be an efficient system because we can never make the same amount of employment opportunities for all those engineers. And most importantly, are all those engineers and guys is ready for industry and society? Because there is a huge difference between being just an engineer and practically skilled engineer. They should not be blamed for their situations because the society and the system itself are determining their fate. But still, we can consider every year there are at least 1,000 engineers who have matched for our industrial and social needs. But most of them are not lucky enough to find their place in industries because still job opportunities don't match with the same number. Only a few engineers can survive in their respective field and rest of them just shift their place on the other fields and giving up on all their dreams. But have you ever thought what it do to those guys who are tremendously talented enough to make their place in the industries and motivated to build this nation? As usual, we don't evaluate them, rather we try to exploit them. If we do some research on it, you'll get my point. I myself witnessed our situation of engineers, and one of my favorite teacher in university worked for big company, and I also work for companies in part-time. My senior brothers and teachers and sisters all doing the same. In general terms, we all go through the same situations, and most of the time, we are not treated properly in our job sectors. When we get recruited, we generally get 15 to 20,000 taka. If we consider 8 hours of duty time and 26 working day in a month for an engineer, uh, we got 208 hours of working time in a month. If we divide it by 15,000, we get 7 taka for an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard it right. In general, an engineer get only 7 taka for their every hours of works. Had they put their 16 years of integrity and hard works on a study for witnessing this day, shame on us. What do you say? As the problem of unemployment arises, the businessmen are getting more opportunities to exploit. This is one of the result of capitalism in our country, and I am not blaming capitalism. This is one of the side effects of it, and I wonder, capitalism promises to return the evolution for the mass labor and talent. Moreover, when a talented engineer is noticed by people, most of the time people don't think of utilizing them for mutual benefits. Rather, they use them like tissue papers and throw them away. I also had gone through the same and often face these situations. I have grown up in a middle class family, and I personally work for many people and organizations. Most of them just try to exploit me, then wash me away. This is a problem with middle class guys when we want to do something interesting following our heart. And all of a sudden, financial problems just pop up. So, a lot of middle class people have to give up on their dreams and compromise. The rest of the engineering students are brave enough to not for waiting for opportunities, rather they create their opportunity by themselves, and they try to communicate and work for people, but people misuse engineers situation for their own benefit. For example, I am always passionate for robotics, ended up making my own robots and couldn't proceed further for financial problems. So I choose to work for people and make robots for them. But whenever people find my financial difficulties, they never were beside my side. Rather, they choose to exploit and blame so that they extract cheap labor from me. You will just wonder, I debuted my career in robotics making a drone only for 500 taka and also faced inhumane behaviors. I only compromised myself in that day for achieving my dream, and inshallah, I'm more closer to my dream every day. Before that, I was a freelancer and tuition provider. I was never fascinated by money, but I had to earn to maintain my passion and my body. When I was serving as a tuition teacher, there was a lot of people just skip my payment. There are businessmen who grabbed my ideas and launched their own products, but never paid a single penny from revenue or as a service charge. But I'm still surviving because there are also some good people who have support and appreciation for talent and passion. Especially my family support my passion a lot. So guys, here are still some opportunities to make a chance, because there are a lot of good guys still surviving with good hearts. If their positivity right from the heart can be extracted to outside, then that can make statement of endeavor. Whatever I explained was about for common and talented engineers, because an exception can be an example. Hope you understand. Stop exploiting and hating each other. Appreciate others' work. And I am further focusing on who are entrepreneurs and businessmen here. Please stop pressing under workloads. Rather be a co-worker to your employees. You know, bosses give commands to employees and take all the credit by himself. But a great leader rather shows direction and treat employees as his or her co-workers, and also appreciate every person credit in an organization. So First of all, stop blaming the country. You have to admit first you are the part of the system, and at least we are all part of an important social institution, our families. We can start making change from our family. Stop making excuses. Whatever you can't accomplish, you can't blame the country for your inabilities. Because if there is a problem, there are also a solution for that. If you're facing a problem, think about the problem closely. Then go for the solution. Stop bothering about others. Because you have a lot of work to do and solve your own problems. Successful people think about ideas, and unsuccessful people think about the people and other people actually, and continue judging rest of their life. And change yourself, spread the positivity, and rest of the work will be done by itself. Then you should take further look to the society, what difference we can make together. Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost midnight, so I am going to elaborate it further. We'll grab the same topic in near future. Then we can talk about some solution for the problems. And I'm thanking in advance who are going to put their kind consideration to this statement, who are interested to stay connected with me. Follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. I'll be happy to be friend with you and answer your queries. I'm Shaun Mujumdar, starting the blog. Peace.